Some people think that having a friend as a musician is something like this. Or this. Or maybe even this. Sorry to break it to you. It's more like this. Alright, so join me while I record some vocals for my band Desmodus. I've been in bands and making music now since I was about 15 years old. And Desmodus has been like the last band I've worked with, and we've been together now for something fucking ridiculous amount of time. So it would be like 18 years now. So at the moment we're re-recording stuff that we'd written like 17 years ago. In those days, in the old days, when we used to record, it used to be quite the fucking thing to try and get together. Nowadays, even though we're all living in the same state, I can record my vocals here at home, on my computer, at home, in the comfort, here. Our bassist can do her thing at her house, and guitarist can do his thing, and then we have someone writing all the drums, and they're overseas, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, things have changed, let me tell you, from when I was a young person doing music, when, you know, we'd need to rehearse for months on end together before we get together to record for an afternoon and maybe get 3 tracks done with like 1 or 2 takes for each track. And even with Desmodus, we recorded, we still did a home recording, but it was a much more fiddly, complex setup to try and record just the raw tracks, and then, you know, the mixing capabilities were another whole thing altogether. Things have really changed quite rapidly, which is awesome because it means anyone can make music in their home now and release it. Anyone can, which it was really limited to me as a musician growing up. Starting back in the days when we record on like DAT tape, and it costed us thousands of dollars to get someone who was experienced enough to be able to do that stuff. Where now I am looking for my tracks right now. We use Reaper to do our recording, and it's a pretty relatively easy setup. Shall I just show you quickly the interface here? This is the user interface on Windows. So we've got a track. How many tracks have I got there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can just attach in my vocal tracks, whatever extra stuff I want to do. And then the original backing track is like the one that I put up there, right at the top, that I record all my vocals to. Yeah, right, it's pretty easy. So this track I'm working on right now is an old track, and it's called The Vicious Prayer. I've rewritten the lyrics to it. So already gone through and recorded, as you saw, like 5 tracks. So I had a mapping track, and then a couple of like backing tracks which were for extra bits, and then 3 main vocal tracks, I think, at the moment. Yeah, the map. And I use the map to start because the map kind of helps me with getting the other vocals in. Now, I want to actually record another just straight up vocal track, and I haven't yet finished the ending bit, which is kind of it's an old track, so I've been rewriting like bits of it. I've rewritten the lyrics from how they were before, but I'm not sure if I'm too happy with the way the last the kind of outro bit was at this stage. So I think I'm going to go through and record just another straight vocal track, maybe put a map in for the last bit, and then see what goes on from there. Have a very sophisticated mic setup. It's an old trusty Sennheiser mic. Is it a Sennheiser? That is sitting in a thingy that doesn't actually fit it properly, but that's called Muso Life. And then this thing here, what is it meant to be? Pop filter. Anyone who's watched any of my clips would know I have a lot of old pantyhose, so do it yourself pop filter. That's where we're at. That is what we're doing here. It is a bit dark in here, and I can't be bothered like actually you know, fixing things so that they sit properly. The fear of the camera toppling over while you're fucking around with it is a real thing. It's happened before, and it'll more than likely happen again in my lifetime. Alright, I should probably, you know, enter another track, insert. And this is the thing, like with repeat, you just go, oh, there we go, I'm gonna put another track in, and it's there, and you're ready to go. Okay, making sure the ones I don't want are off, making sure the ones I want are on. I need the lyrics, because I've changed them. Had my old lyrics in front of me, that's not very smart. And then I can name them all so that when it goes across to Unfunk, who's the guitarist and does all his bits, he knows what's going on. They're not just randomly fucking done. Alright, you're not going to be able to hear this because obviously it's coming straight through my headphones. You're just going to hear me singing along, and I'll give it a little bit of a play to you later and see what you think. You'll seek what you need from the spaces inside, the hollow place that is next to your heart. No longer breathes, no longer has to start. No, I am waiting. No, I am praying. Two fingers rest on my lips, because I know all the words that summon darkness, that summon light, that seize the day and claim the silent night. No, I am waiting. No, I am praying. Right! And I left one of the backing tracks on, so when it popped in, I was like, who is that? And it put me off.
From the spaces inside, the
So this is this last bit. I have to work out if I'm going to do the same bit in there as before. Nice, hey? Does it right. Yeah, let's try and do this bit. Insert another track. Let's do it. Let's record it and see how it goes. It's still complicated. It's just a lot less complicated than it used to be back in the 90s. All right, let's see if we can put this outro in here. Oh, wish me luck. Sorry, that was really loud. Someone turn the volume up. Fucking, who would have done that? That's crazy. All right, that's better. It was like, wah! Fucking praying. Yeah, not great. All right, let's try this. Someone said you were more than this, more than your kind. But no one came when I breathed and opened up your mind. Yeah, alright, cool. Cool, bro. Now, it sounded like that's the first time I've sung that in, like, through a mic for years. So it sounds really strange to me. It's very strange to hear that. And I think before it was kind of more gentle. It was like, someone said you were mine. I don't know. I was quite sick the first time I recorded this. So it was not good times. It was not good times. I reckon this old recording is still on our Spotify. So if you wanted to go back and listen to the old one and juxtapose it with what you see here, then you could go do that very easily. Actually, you can't go and do that very easily because the thing is that Spotify removed all of Desmodus' discography. Spotify has a very well-known habit of deleting artists' entire discography if they feel like that is attracting spam views and therefore getting income for listens that didn't happen. To find out more about this incredibly annoying phenomena, which has affected artists across the world, just do a basic Google search. Anyway, back to the show. Let's put another layer in and see how we go on this, eh? Someone said you were more than this, more than your kind. But no one came when I breathed and opened up your mind. I don't know what I think about that. You know what we do? We just do another one as well. We just keep, and that's the cool thing when you can control your own tracks. I can just do this all night for as many tracks as I want to do. And then I can cut and paste the bits I hate and get rid of the bits I hate and keep the bits I like. I know, right? And this blew my mind when I heard about Billie Eilish on that track, Bad Guy, that she did like 72 takes of that vocal and it was made up of all the little chopped bits and bobs of it. That blew my freaking mind, man, because back in the day, you'd probably, like, the best you'd get is 3 takes, full takes, no fucking cutting and pasting shit. That was your take. So that's why here now it's awesome to be able to record a track and layer everything over it. So even now when I'm listening to that last outro, the bit before the outro, I'm thinking of what vocally could go over the top of that. That's something different. Where when you're just single tracking everything, it's really difficult to think in terms of the layering. Where now I can like listen to that long held note and think, oh, what could go over that would make that sound like really super cool or something. All right, Let's go again. Someone said you were more than this, more than your kind. But no one came when I breathed and opened up your mind. I can't actually hear those other tracks in there, so that's where I'm like, what is going on? I'm just going to listen it back to it in the can so that I can... It does sound better than it did when I was singing it. Fancy that! Fancy that! Do you want to hear it?
Yeah. I am praying. Someone said you were more than this, more than your kind. And no one came when I breathed and opened up your mind.
And you can hear how I do it 3 different times.